Evening as record-breaking fires continue in the state, many extending their gratitude to the men and women who are answering the call from all over the state to fight on the front lines. What some may not know is almost half of those men and women fighting fires are convicted felons.
23 ABC's Alyssa Flores visited one of the state's 44 conservation camps where inmates saved the state tens of millions of dollars on the life-threatening job in exchange for an earlier release. Alyssa?
Tim, Jessica, that's right. Prado Conservation Camp in Chino sits right next door to the Chino State Prison. A reminder to the 79 inmate firefighters at the camp that although the back-breaking work they do on the fire lines is difficult, they're grateful to not be behind bars.
It's like some of the hardest work I've done.
They say that hard work pays off.
I don't mind the work. It's rewarding at the end, but when you're going through it, it's kind of brutal.
These fire crews returning from 15 hours overnight on the front lines of the Fork Fire in Azusa.
Steep hike up the mountain, cut line around what we call the black, which is a burned area. We have to make sure that the burned area doesn't get to the non-burned area, which make the fire spread.
12 hours at work and 24 hours to rest.
Hernandez, clear.
But it's not money these inmates are working for. It's their future freedom.
Hey, crew 2 and 4, breakfast is ready.
The Prado Conservation Camp in Chino, just one of the 44 California Department of Correction camps housing inmates making the most of their sentences.
If you can do it in here, you can walk out and function normal out in the real world.
The reasons that brought them here are different.
Assault with a firearm.
2 counts of attempted murder.
DUI.
Burglary.
Now working for the same purpose. Time spent at a conservation camp counting as twice as much towards an inmate's sentence.
Can't say that this was a waste of time for me.
Many saying the opportunity only possible because of Proposition 57. Passed in 2016, it's made it easier on felons to earn credits on good behavior, to get them out of prison and get them to work here.
If your objective is to go home and want to do good, it prepares you for that.
A CDC board determines whether inmates are eligible for the program, depending on their charges and behavior. Then they receive 2 weeks of training from CAL FIRE.
These guys are out there working hard, right along line with the firefighters, saving lives and homes.
And in doing that same work, some argue their $1 per hour wage isn't enough.
Some of us feel a little bit unappreciated,
while others see it as an invaluable opportunity.
Most of my life I've been in prison, and it's basically the taxpayers that have been providing for me. So when they say I'm underpaid, it's a matter of perspective. To me, I'm overpaid because I'm being paid back with freedom.
I mean, for the inmates, the taxpayers, it's a win-win.
As California wildfire seasons continue to become more destructive every year, the state's 2,500 inmate firefighters are valuable resources, coming at next to nothing in cost and saving the state about $100 million per year.
There's people behind here, good people. Good, very good people that's back here working and pretty much breaking their backs out here for CAL FIRE and CDC to actually protect homes.
This year, inmates from Prado assisting at the Mendocino Complex fire and the mudslides that followed the Thomas fire.
To not feel like we're just convicts. We can do something for the community and give back.
Inmates fighting for their future freedom while fighting the state's deadliest and most destructive fires.
A lot of us have just been robbing and stealing and doing crime, and when we come here, we're able to, give back to the community that we took from.
And as you can imagine, many of these inmates become interested in continuing on as firefighters after they're released. And while it's not possible for them to be hired on at a city or a county fire department with the felony record, some are able to pursue wildland and seasonal fire opportunities.